Hey everybody, it's Jeff from New York, and today we are in the great state of New Jersey, actually Ocean County, Jackson Township, New Jersey. We're going to visit Six Flags Great Adventure today. I just recently purchased a Diamond Elite membership here, which entitles me to a whole bunch of stuff for the next year, 365 days. I also purchased a free food package, which entitles me to a free lunch, snack, and dinner every time I come to the park. With that meal plan also comes all the soft drinks you can drink while you're in the park for free, refills all throughout the park. I also get preferred parking. This parking lot's about half the size of Ocean County. It's just huge, but with preferred parking, you're pretty much right up with the handicap spots up front, and that comes free with the Diamond Elite membership. So right now you're thinking, hey, Jeff from New York, how much does all this free stuff cost? The Diamond Elite package cost a little bit over $200 for an entire year, which I think is a huge bargain. Unlimited access to the park all year long. With the meal package, which is included in that price, you get free lunch, snack, and dinner every time you visit. So if I decide to visit here every day of the year, I get a free lunch, snack, and dinner, and that alone is worth way more than $200 a year. But it doesn't stop there, my friends. I get to come to the Halloween extravaganza as well as the huge holiday show they put on here at Christmas time. I get to cut in line on all the rides, and I get 50% off on all the merchandise I buy in the stores here. So it's definitely a good bargain for a little over $200. In this video today, we're just going to take a walk around the park, get you guys associated with it, let you know what it's all about. We're really not going to stop into restaurants and shops and go on any rides or attractions or anything like that. Just want to walk around the park, show you what it's all about. We'll go into detail as more videos come from a great adventure, Six Flags in Jackson, New Jersey. So right off the bat, I just want to let you guys know I got here right at opening, which was about 10:30. Opening officially is 11 o'clock, but they start letting people in a little earlier. So that, plus the fact that the park capacity is limited right now because of COVID, it's going to seem very quiet around here. But you'll see as the video goes on, the crowd grows a little bit more each hour. And I leave here, I believe, around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's pretty much as busy as it's going to get because of that crowd limitation they have set at the gate. And as we walk around the park right now, you might see a couple people waiting online, but that's only because they let us in early and the actual shops and rides and things aren't open yet. They'll be opening in a few minutes. But one of the good things about coming early, and especially post-COVID, is once the park is officially open at 11 o'clock, there are no lines for anything, including the rides. Now, I've grown up in this area, and I haven't been to Great Adventure in, I'm going to say, decades. So when I got here, I really wanted a map of the entire park. And unfortunately, they don't have one because of COVID. Membership Services quickly pointed out that they have an app, which of course was already on my phone. But that really doesn't work because I'd have to keep popping in and out of stores and restaurants just to see the app on my phone because of the sunlight. And on top of that, it's a very tiny map, hard to use and get around the park with. Then Membership Services pointed out that there are maps throughout the park on these boards, which we just passed one. But the truth is, when I needed one of those boards, I could not find one anywhere. Here we're coming upon Granny's, a rather large restaurant here at Great Adventure. I got my first free lunch here today. That'll be later in the video. What did I order? Well, you'll just have to watch the video to find out. Here's a hint. It wasn't a barbecue bacon burger, one of my favorite things. I ate a little bit healthier here. There is a Johnny Rockets here where I did have a barbecue bacon cheeseburger. That's another video, though, coming up shortly when I do the restaurants as well as the shops here at Great Adventure. And here we are coming upon Studio 28 Arcade. I don't know why it's called that, and I do stop in later in the video, I should have asked, but I have no idea. But you know what? They can call it anything they want. So Studio 28 Arcade it is. And for the record, there is no Studio 27 Arcade. Again, they let us in a little bit early today. The arcade isn't open. Lots of things aren't open. They will be opening in a few minutes. But I do visit the arcade later in the video. And it's a great place. There's lots of not only current arcade pinball machines and things like that, but a lot of retro stuff here also. Photo opportunity! Winner every time. Every player gets a cape. I'm gonna play 6 times so I can get 6 capes just to make sure I can cover my butt. Oh my god, it's a Johnny Rockets. I'll be back here soon. Actually, I might need 8 capes to cover my butt. So if you're serving bad Italian food in New Jersey, you're pretty much run out of town immediately. I'm not sure if that rule applies to theme parks. We're going to find out sometime in the future. On the right, you're going to see a Coca-Cola Fill Thrill. I had mentioned earlier in the video that I have a unlimited soft drink for an entire year. This is where I can go to get a recharge. However, I can pretty much go into any restaurant in this theme park and get a free soft drink. I don't need to go to the Coca-Cola Fill Thrill, but they're around the park just in case I wanted one. Nitro is one of the thrill roller coasters here at Great Adventure, and again, the rides will be featured in future videos. This is just a walkthrough of the park to get you familiar with it. Many of the thrill rides have these lockers in front of them. Before you board, you have to have completely empty pockets. No cell phones, wallets, keys, change, anything can go on the ride. So this locker costs, I think, $1. It's only good for while you're on the ride. It's not an all-day locker. They do have those. These are just for temporarily while you're on the thrill ride. This is where the Jersey Devil coaster was to open sometime this year. It's going to be the world's tallest, fastest, and longest single-rail coaster. However, COVID held up its construction, and it doesn't plan to open and be completed until 2021, so have to wait another season. Looks like the park is slowly opening up. A lot of these snack places, restaurants, and shops will be opening up soon. The park itself has been closed all season. It just opened the other day, post-COVID. And if you do want to visit the park, you need to go online and make a reservation. You can't just walk into the park. That's one way they keep it to 25% capacity. And now we're entering the Safari Kids area of Great Adventure. That's rides and things for the kids to do. And now we're coming upon a little mini amphitheater for the Tykes shows that go on here regularly. And on the left here is Oasis Cafe, a place where you can pick up a quick snack when you're in the Safari Kids area of the park. This is Skull Mountain, a indoor roller coaster that lets you ride in complete darkness. Here we have Chop 6, a Asian-inspired place to eat. And then as we turn the corner here, we have Skyway. You can hop on here or at the other end of the park. It takes you over the park and you get a pretty good bird's eye view of what's going on and what's where. We're probably going to hop on this before this video ends. Here we have the Jolly Roger, one of those swinging pirate ship type of rides. And as you can see, this end of the park is mostly for the kids. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the Joker. It's the first time you're seeing him. He'll be showing up in all the Great Adventure, Hurricane Harbor, and Wild Safari videos coming up soon on the New York channel. Try to spot him somewhere in the video and you'll get a shout out on an upcoming video, but he can be quite elusive, so you have to look closely. The Joker himself has an insane roller coaster which we're going to visit very shortly here. I had mentioned the Wild Safari drive-thru here at Great Adventure, and it's right outside the park, right next to it. I was there the other day. I drove through it. It's a huge safari park. It took me about 2 hours to get through the whole thing. Tons of animals, everything from lions and bears and giraffes and elephants and tigers and you name it, you'll probably see it here. And again, it took me like 2 hours to drive through it. Got some great footage. That video is going to be coming up shortly. And I also mentioned Hurricane Harbor, which is part of this park as well. That, unfortunately, is not open yet. Not sure if it's a huge water park, and I'm not sure if it's going to open this season at all. Hopefully it does, and I can get you some really good footage there as well. Okay, so first mistake of the video, I had just mentioned that the Jolly Roger is one of those swinging pirate ship rides for the kids, and it's not. The Jolly Roger is a spinning ride. The Buccaneer is, which we have in front of us, is the swinging pirate ship. There is an extreme version of this ride for the bigger kids and adults. It's called Wonder Woman, and it's one of the most insane rides in this park. That's coming up shortly. That tall ride in the background is called the Sky Screamer. It's almost 250 feet high, one of the tallest attractions here in the park. It's not for those who have a fear of heights, that's for sure. And yes, alcohol is served in the park. Unfortunately, it's one of the only things I have to pay for. This area here is called Liberty Square. It's on Main Street, pretty much where we walked into the park. This is Primo Pizzeria. There's 2 Primo Pizzerias here in the park. And right after it here is the Ale House, which serves beer, wine, margaritas, daiquiris, and snacks. This ale house became quite popular with the adult visitors here in the park, and later in the afternoon it was almost like you needed to call the social distancing police out. And as you can see, the ground is still wet. We had quite a storm this morning, but it looks like the rest of the day is going to be a gem. This is the Harley Quinn, a intermediate type roller coaster. The rides here are pretty much split into 3 different categories. One, kiddie rides, which we saw earlier. This is considered a family ride, and then there's the thrill rides. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Joker, no doubt considered a thrill ride. And no, it's not the mascot that's hiding somewhere in this video. Have you found him yet? No, this doesn't count as a Joker sighting. This area by the lake is a nice shady place to come and cool off. It's about 90 degrees right now. It's about noon. It's a nice place to come and cool off in the park. It's also a mask-free area. You're expected to follow social distancing, but if you'd like to take your mask off, you can in this area. And several areas around the park you're allowed to do so as well. And as we make our way to the boardwalk area of the park, a couple of shout outs. One to Z Brilski, who correctly said that the other curved escalators were at Caesars. I had mentioned the curved escalators at Wynn and asked where the other curved escalators along the strip were, and he said Caesars, so a shout out to him. A shout out to JQ User, who found Mitzi the Rubber Ducky Showgirl in the Wynn Hotel and Casino video, a video that was uploaded just prior to this one that you're watching now. And a technical shout out to JQ User, who correctly said that the curved escalators were at the Forum Shops at Caesars. Z Brilski said they were at Caesars, so they're both pretty much correct, and they both got shout outs right now. And of course, a shout out to Wise Malik, who found Mitzi the Rubber Ducky Showgirl in the Venetian Hotel and Casino video. Congratulations to all three of you guys, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And who will spot the Joker, our newest mascot here on the New York channel, in this video at Great Adventure? Did he show up yet? I'm not sure, but whoever spots him first will get a shout out on an upcoming video. Just leave a comment below. Ah, teacups, remember those? Brings back a lot of memories. Listen, if you just back up a little bit on this tape, you'll see a hand pop up out of one of those teacups. Just a little hand, no person, just a hand. See if you can spot it. And it wouldn't be a New Jersey amusement park without a sausage, pepper, and onion sandwich. Actually, we're heading towards the boardwalk area of Great Adventure, and New Jersey boardwalks are known for sausage, peppers, and onions. The brand they serve here is Primo, which is very popular here in the Northeast. Do you guys have a Primo in your area of the country? Let me know. And here we are at the boardwalk area of the park. It's quite large. We're just going to turn a corner as we head a little bit further up. Obviously there's no real boardwalk here, but it's called Boardwalk, and it does have a boardwalk atmosphere with all these games of chances, and also that smell of the sausage, peppers, and onions that really does add to a boardwalk atmosphere. Did I say games of chances? Is it game of chance or game of chances? I don't know. I also don't know why there's a blue line painted down the middle of this area. Looks like it's been here for a while though. The park is playing very popular songs very loud, so for that reason I keep lowering the background volume on this video so that I don't get a copyright issue once it's uploaded. Some of you may not have noticed, so if you didn't notice, just forget what I just said. You may have also noticed that several areas of the park, including the boardwalk, which is where we are now, look quite old. The park actually opened in 1974. It cost them $10 million at that time to build this park. It would cost obviously a lot more today. And during the past several years, they've been upgrading all different areas of the park. Of course, it looks like this boardwalk is due for renovations next. As we walk down the middle of the boardwalk here, there are more games of chances. There, I said it again. But if you look to the extreme left and right, there's tons of places to eat. This is probably the most concentrated food area of the Great Adventure theme park. And as we leave the boardwalk, you can see up ahead the area looks a lot newer. It's been renovated probably several years ago, but it just looks a lot newer. This is the Great American Road Race attraction, and it's basically a go-kart attraction. And when I was a kid, I used to love go-karts. But now that I'm an adult, I'm like, wait a minute. I drove my car here. Why would I pay to come here, drive my car, get out of my car, get into one of your cars, which quite frankly is a lot smaller than my car and not nearly as powerful? I don't know. Am I really getting that old? This is the Twister. I'm not sure if you can consider it a family ride or a thrill ride. It's somewhere in between. I mentioned that I'm going to do a video on all the rides here at Great Adventure that will be coming out shortly, and I will ride on a lot of these rides with a camera mounted to my chest. This is Parachuter's Perch. It's themed after the 1939 New York World's Fair, the parachute jump at Coney Island. That is featured in one of my Coney Island videos here on the New York channel, so check it out. The one in Coney Island's been closed down for years because of all the lawsuits it generated. This one is still operating. It's 250 feet, one of the tallest, actually it is the tallest in the world, ride of its type. You pretty much get a view of everything from the top, including not only the theme park, but the wild drive-through safari, as well as Hurricane Harbor and everything beyond. And again, if you have a fear of heights, no ride for you. This is Superman the Ultimate Flight, obviously a thrill ride. You are basically flying through the air. You're on your stomach, like just picture how Superman flies. That's the position you're in. And on top of that, you go through loops and twists and turns. And unfortunately, you don't get a good view of the ride from the park where we are right here. You actually get a better view of the ride from the parking lot outside the park. And here we have the Green Lantern, which is right next to the Superman ride. So lots of rides named after superheroes and supervillains here. One of the cool things about this park is they put a actual seat out in front of the ride to see if A, you're comfortable in it, B, you fit in it, and C, you can get in and out of it. If you fail one of those tests, you can't ride the ride. And again, these seats are located outside of most of the thrill rides here at Great Adventure. And this is Chickies, a very popular chicken place to stop by and eat at, although you wouldn't know it by looking at these tables right now. But again, it's post-COVID, and it is kind of early for lunch. But another thing to know about this place is it's kosher, if you need to know that or not. This is the Golden Kingdom. I'm not quite sure what this is supposed to be, but apparently I'm the only one investigating, and quite frankly it feels a little creepy. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to be in here. Wild walkway? What's that? Ah, some people and creatures. I feel a lot better now. These are cheetahs, and don't be confused, my New Yorkers. This isn't the wild drive-through safari that I was talking about. It's just a wild walkway that you can walk through here at Great Adventure that shows off some amazing animals. Cheetahs, by the way, are the fastest land animal on Earth. They can reach 70 miles an hour in 3 seconds flat. And here we have some sea lions. I don't know, maybe it's me, but all these animals seem just a little bit too cramped in here. And also, I don't care for the tone of this sign. It looks like it's yelling at me. These animals are sea lions, not seals! On the left here is Kingdom Gyro. I used to work in downtown Manhattan, and I always ordered gyros until I was corrected by a Greek coworker who said it's pronounced gyro. Till this day, I still pronounce it gyro because no one knows what I'm talking about when I say gyro. Do you speak Greek? Leave a comment below. Let us know how it's actually pronounced. So when we entered this area way back when, it was called the Golden Kingdom. We are still in the Golden Kingdom as far as the park is concerned. However, it looks more like the Wild Wild West. I don't know what's going on here. Coming up on the right, we have a funnel cake place, one of those Primo Italian sausage places. We just passed a Greek restaurant that serves gyros. The area is called the Golden Kingdom, and it looks like the Wild Wild West. I think we have an identity crisis going on here. And there's that blue line again. I have a feeling that's a parade route for when they used to have parades here. You know, remember way back when, pre-COVID? The intersection we're coming upon is lots of stores, and I visit all of them in a video coming up which features all the shops here at Great Adventure. That's the way back to the Boardwalk area. I think we made a huge circle. We'd been there, done that, so let's turn around and see what else is here. I just jumped into one of the stores just to give you a taste of what the stores are like around here, and as you can see, Great Adventure is all about DC Comics and Looney Tunes. I really wanted this first video to be just walking around the park and not getting too involved in the restaurants and shops and rides and things like that, just to get a feel for the park. But it is like 95 degrees outside now and very humid. It feels great in this store, so here we go. Here's the inside of the store. There'll be a whole video on shopping coming up soon. And speaking of DC Comics, did you spot the Joker yet? A lot of this stuff is on clearance, and I saw a Great Adventure coffee mug for $5. That's a pretty good deal, and considering I have that Diamond Elite membership, anything I purchase is 50% off the marked price. I think a lot of this is on clearance because it's last year's merchandise. I'm just assuming that because the park opened very late. It's the middle of the summer. They're probably not getting new merchandise, and they just want to get rid of this stuff, but it's perfectly good brand new merchandise, and it's really cheap right now. And now we're going to head into the Bugs Bunny National Park area. Like I said, it's all about DC Comics and Looney Tunes around here. This is another kids area. We saw one when we first walked in. This one's themed a little bit better. It's all about Looney Tunes. Some of the more famous Looney Tune characters include Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Tweety, Porky Pig, Petunia Pig, Elmer Fudd, Sylvester, Yosemite Sam, Foghorn Leghorn, the Tasmanian Devil, Marvin the Martian, Pepe Le Pew, Speedy Gonzales, Cecil the Turtle, and Sniffles. Remember Sniffles? And there's lots more. Do you have a favorite? Leave a comment below. That Bugs Bunny water tower lets go a huge gusher of water every few moments, and it's really inviting on a hot, humid day like today. This lake runs along the entire backside of the park. It's acres and acres. It's a huge lake, and actually the closer you get to it, the cooler it seems to be, I guess because of the breezes coming off of it. The park has 6 theaters varying in sizes. Unfortunately, there are no shows going on right now, not only in Great Adventure, but pretty much everywhere in the world because of social distancing. But me being the ham that I am, I'll put on a show for you, a Looney Tunes show. You ready? What's up, Doc? What's cooking? What's up, Doc? What's cooking? Dun 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 dun. Meep meep. That was probably not only a copyright violation, but I probably violated everyone's sense of well-being right now. And out in the background there is the water log flume. It's unfortunately closed right now because of COVID and probably will be closed for the rest of the season. Don't even ask me, I cannot do a good Porky Pig. Right now we're in the Frontier Adventure area of Great Adventures, and that's the other end of the Skyway. Remember we saw the Skyway at the beginning of the video? It takes you across the entire park. Good bird's eye view of everything that's going on here. We're going to take that ride at the end of this video. And you might have been wondering what that huge wooden roller coaster was that we just walked past. That's called El Toro, and it's in the Plaza del Carnaval area of Great Adventure, which we're heading into right now. This is perhaps one of my personal favorite areas of the park. I think it's very well themed. Mexican mariachi music blasting, and there's a cantina, there's a bar, there's a place to shop, there's rides for the kids, and there's also El Toro, which is obviously a ride for the adults. And it just wouldn't feel like Mexico without some Primo Italian sausage. On the left here we have El Mercado, which I believe is Spanish for overpriced. And over here we have La Cantina, which serves up adult beverages, and I'm all about that. And we also have Macho Nacho, which serves up Mexican fare. In the back there is Fiesta Games, which has all different types of arcade games. And then of course we have El Toro, which is 19 stories high, and the first drop is 176 feet at a 76-degree angle. That would make it the steepest drop of any wooden style roller coaster in the country. It was voted the #1 wooden coaster in the world by the 2011 Internet Coaster Poll, and again in 2017 by Amusement Today's Golden Ticket Awards. It also reaches speeds of up to 70 miles an hour. So here's the deal, my New Yorkers. I am determined to get on this roller coaster with a camera. I just have to figure out how to do that, but I'm gonna do it before the end of the season. Hold on real tight. This here is Bizarro, another cool roller coaster here at Great Adventure, and I tell you, this park is not short on some extreme roller coasters. I love how the ride operators keep telling everyone to keep your masks on all these rides as you're going 70 miles an hour flying upside down. This is the Great Adventure Log Flume, which, as I mentioned earlier, is closed for the season because of COVID, and it looks like it could use some renovations anyway, so perhaps they should be working on that for next year. And here we have the Runaway Mine Train. I guess you would call this a family ride. It's not exactly a thrill coaster, but I wouldn't bring any really young kids on it either. Most of these rides have height requirements, and that's for safety purposes only, just to make sure that your child fits okay in the seat and won't be tossed out. But it has nothing to do with whether or not the child can mentally handle the ride or if they'll come off completely traumatized. If you ever wanted to know what can really happen on a ride or any place in a amusement park, read the fine print on your admission ticket. It's pretty scary. Alrighty, let's hop on the Sky Ride here and take a ride to the other side of the park where we came in, and also get a bird's eye view while we're all the way up there. I think the park team does this on purpose, just for giggles, but the park is pretty much empty, yet I have to go through this entire maze to get to the front. Okay, I've been walking all morning, and this is the first time I got a chance to sit down, so I'm gonna enjoy the view, give you guys a bird's eye view via my camera of the entire park. And just a heads up, it's not a thrill ride, and it's not even a family ride. It could be considered a kid's ride, but if you are afraid of heights, this might not be for you. Now, back in my prime years, I used to do a lot of skiing, and it's just like a ski lift, only a ski lift, believe me, can be a lot higher than these things. And you have to realize that it's going to make noise, and when you go by those pylons, when you go over the wheels of the pylons, the car is going to jump up and down, all perfectly normal, kind of like an airplane. Airplanes make noise, they bounce up and down, but you're perfectly safe. That is, of course, until the cable breaks. And directly below us is the Golden Kingdom, the area of the park that has that identity crisis. Called the Golden Kingdom, looks like the Wild Wild West, sells Greek gyros as well as Italian sausage sandwiches and funnel cakes. And to the left is the lake side of the park, nice and shady, and you can take your masks off. Watch this. Hey! You in the blue car! That cable looks really freighted. Let the guy know when you get off that it looks like it's gonna start coming apart. I crack myself up. Ba-da-bum, 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 ba-da-bum. Way off in the distance, you see the red and blue coaster, which is Superman, and the green and yellow coaster, which is Green Lantern. You also see the carousel right in front of us. We're heading towards the Main Street area, pretty much by the entrance of the park. This is Main Street and the Main Street Fountain. Ba-da-bunk, 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 ba-da-bunk. There's the Joker roller coaster. Speaking of the Joker, have you spotted him yet? I know it's a really long video and it's coming near the end eventually. I just wanted to give you guys an overview of the park. All the next great adventure videos dealing with the restaurants and the shops and the rides will be a lot shorter, but this one's a long one. It's an introduction to the park, and the Joker had plenty of time to show up. So did he show up yet, or did he not? Ba-da-bum, 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 ba-da-bum. This is Cyborg, a pretty intense ride, and it hasn't opened since the park opened a couple of days ago, so hopefully they'll get it running, and I'll show you what it looks like. And this area of the park, like the other area, was very Looney Tune. This area is very DC comic. And off to the side here, off the beaten track, is a picnic area. If you want to grab a bite someplace and bring it over here in a brown bag and open it up and have your own picnic, you're more than welcome to do that. It's nice and shady and cool. And on the right here is the showcase, yet another of the 6 theaters here in the park. And the 2 big rides in this area of the park are Batman the Ride on the left and Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth on the right. And this is Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth, another insane ride, and another ride like El Toro that I have to get on this season with my camera. I just have to figure out how to sneak it on. And some of you might be thinking, hey, just put it in your pocket and when the ride starts, you can take it out. No one's going to notice. Well, a couple things with that. Number one, it might come out of my hands on these extreme rides and I'd hate to lose my camera. And number two, I need to act responsibly because if it does come out of my hands, someone on this ride or someone on the ground might get hurt. But it's been done before, trust me. There are videos out there of people on these exact rides, so perhaps I'll get in touch with them and see what I can get out of them. I mean, all of us YouTube creators are, you know, a tight community. Looks pretty lame, right? Just wait. Not only is that pendulum swinging way past the halfway point, but it's also spinning at the very end. Trust me, my New Yorkers, I'll give you a writer's view before this season ends. Casa de Quesadilla, cerveza bar with beer, nachos, quesadillas, Mama Flora's grill featuring cheesesteaks, mac and cheese bites, hot dogs. I think I've died and gone to heaven. Gotham City gift shop, I stop in there when I do my visits of the stores here at Great Adventure. And in the background we have Batman, the ride. And parked out front, of course, the Batmobile. Who doesn't know the Batmobile? Photo opportunity. I'll say it again because I enjoy saying it. Batman, the ride. Let's see how far into Gotham City Park we can get. Holy, the trees are blocking the shot, Batman. So I told you New Yorkers earlier in the video that we were going to stop into Studio 28 Arcade once it opened. It's opened. Let's stop inside. It's your standard arcade with a good variety of games to play here. You know, the usual spend $100 on these games and you get a $5 prize. I always felt these arcades were a good training ground for future casino players. Alrighty, so it's about, I guess, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's hot, I've been walking around all day, and I'm hungry. I really haven't eaten much today. So I'm going to stop off at Granny's Kitchen. That's Granny's Kitchen with a C. I placed my order on the Great Adventure mobile app because that's what people do post-COVID, and it should be ready in about 5 minutes. And of course, there's no dining inside anywhere in the state, perhaps anywhere in the country right now. I really don't know. I can't keep up with it. So today I ordered healthy. I ordered a chicken Caesar salad and a Diet Coke. It's hot out and I've done a lot of walking. I don't really want anything that heavy. Hey, get a room! Lunch, of course, was free, or included, I should say, in the package that I have. Lunch, a snack, and a dinner. I don't think I'm ever going to do lunch, a snack, and a dinner in one day in this park. So those of you who follow me know that I really do enjoy Ferris Wheels. I've been on plenty in videos in the past. I've only been turned away once on a Ferris wheel, and that was a Seaside Heights visit, and you guys have yet to see that video. I've made it, but you haven't seen it yet, because they require 2 riders to balance out the car. Well, I've been looking at this Ferris wheel all day here at Great Adventure. I decided I really wanted to ride it, and lo and behold, you need 2 people. I only came by myself. So today we're not going to get on the Ferris wheel, but however, in the future, I might just grab a little boy or girl and when the parents aren't looking and just hop on this and get some great shots. So now we're coming to the end of the video and we're exiting the park. Okay, I'm not sure if the applause is for coming to the end of the video or because you enjoyed it. However, if you watch this video, one of my longest, in its entirety, God bless you and I really appreciate it. This, by the way, is a Superman roller coaster, which you really can't see from inside the park, but you can see it from the parking lot. I don't know why that is, but that's the way it is here. The riders on this particular coaster are hanging from the bottom of the coaster as if flying through the air, not sitting on top of the rails as in most roller coasters. So yeah, I know it's been a long video and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. There's going to be more Great Adventure videos as well as Hurricane Harbor once it opens, and the Wild Safari as well. They won't obviously be as long as this. They'll be the normal length of my videos, which is between 10 and 20 minutes. They also do a big Halloween extravaganza here at Great Adventure, as well as a Christmas showing, so those might be a little bit longer, but I think they'll be fun. Coming up next on the New York channel, we are going to visit the Golden Nugget, an iconic Las Vegas hotel and casino in downtown Las Vegas on Fremont Street. We're going to have a good time there, so check it out. Coming up next on the New York channel. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment, ask some questions, and most importantly, subscribe by clicking on the button on the left. You can visit all of my New York videos by clicking on the top right, or check out my videos on other favorite places to visit by clicking on the bottom right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around the city.